Jesse Waters of Fox News went on his show, The Five, to whine and complain about how horribly Donald Trump is being mistreated in court. So we're going to get into that. We'll take a look at what Jesse Waters had to say, and then we will take a look at the token liberal filling in on The Five, Marie Harf, as she pushes back on what Jesse Waters has to say, and then I'll chime in with my own thoughts. So first, let's take a look at this short clip of Jesse Waters talking about Donald Trump in court.
I call it pure evil. So they've taken away his freedom of speech, and now they've taken away his freedom of movement. So he has to sit there all week for 6 weeks, and if he says anything, they'll throw him in jail. If he leaves, they throw him in jail. That's crazy. They're freezing him to death. They're putting him in a meat locker. He says it's like 45 degrees in there. And they're putting his life in danger. And they're telling the entire world, all the wackos, this is where the former president's going to be at this date, at this time, surrounded by high-rise buildings. And then they're seizing his bank accounts with these unconstitutional fines, unreasonable bond asks. It's disgusting.
Okay, there are so many stupid things here that Jesse Waters has said. And you never know with any of these pundits on TV or online, do they really believe the things that they're saying, or is this just what they're paid to say? But it's pretty amazing, and I would say kind of impressive, that Jesse Waters is able to keep a straight face through all of this because it's so ridiculous. So I wonder if Jesse Waters has ever covered another court case. All of these things that he's talking about, you can't talk, you can't leave. That's what happens when somebody's in a court case. When you're on trial, those are the things that you have to do. You have to go and sit in the court and listen to the testimony against you. So that's just standard. They're freezing him out. It's 45 degrees in there. Donald Trump is the only one that I've seen whine about this. I haven't seen anybody else complain about the temperature in there. The other people seem to be surviving. There are multiple other people in the courtroom. Are they freezing, being frozen out? Also, Jesse Waters says that they're saying what location he is so all of the nut jobs can find him. Well, there would be all kinds of security there. There's the Secret Service, there would be regular police, there'd be court police. But this is idiotic because Trump has rallies all over the place, and those are named publicly. It's not like it's just a surprise and he just shows up in a town and says, hey, and nobody knows because they have to keep his location secret. No, they're publicizing the places that he's going to be, and there's probably more security in this courtroom than there is at the rallies that Trump is having. This is probably one of the safest places that he could be. So that's another moronic argument by Jesse Waters here. But he's just there to represent the MAGA viewpoint, to show how mistreated Donald Trump is. And it's hilarious because any other person, if they were on trial, if just a regular person were on trial and their attorney or a family member or something cried that they were being mistreated, Fox News and Jesse Waters would eviscerate those people and say, oh, look at how the woke mob is soft on crime and wants these people to have all this special treatment. It's cold in the courtroom. Poor baby. It's just hilarious and ridiculous. But let's take a look at what Marie Harf had to say when she pushed back against Jesse Waters.
I mean, Jesse, to your point, he is given special treatment. He is under a gag order that any other defendant, if they violated repeatedly on Twitter, online.
And this is one of the things that right-wingers and MAGA and Fox hosts have said over and over again. We have a two-tier justice system. Donald Trump is being treated differently. Yes, he's being treated differently, as she says, and she's going to get in more here. Trump runs his, as soon before they go into court, he runs his mouth. After they get out of court, he runs his mouth and goes on Truth Social and runs his mouth. Any normal person would have been thrown in jail long ago for not shutting up. But this guy just runs his mouth continuously, never shuts up, and they don't do anything to him. That's on the courts for not saying, all right, you won't stop, we're putting you in jail.
Would have already been thrown in jail. He is under court orders that any other defendant would have, and he is violating them every single day.
So she's completely right about what she's saying here. Donald Trump is given special treatment, better treatment than the average person would have, despite what Jesse Watters has to say here. Now, Jesse Watters and the other people on the Five, we didn't show the clip here, but said that if they put Trump in jail or prison, that's just going to help Trump. And Marie Harf pushes back on that as well.
He is getting a lot of the press attention. The open question in my mind is whether that will be positive for him. When all of the attention is about paying off a porn star, right? It's about all of the criminal indictments, him lying, him acting chaotic. I don't know at the end of the day if that press attention will help him when we know independent voters particularly don't like that chaos. They don't like the lying. They don't like the moral shortcomings and failures of Donald Trump. I actually think that that press attention might hurt him and help Biden in the end.
So at this point, people who really follow politics are paying close attention to all of this. But there are some pollsters saying that only about 15% of the public is really paying close attention to the election. You know, just regular people that don't live and breathe politics are not paying that much attention with this. And right now, the election is viewed between Donald Trump and Joe Biden is viewed as a coin flip. Biden has gained a little bit of ground recently. Polls were showing Trump ahead of him a little bit, and now that's evened up to where there are some polls showing that Biden is in the lead. But once we get closer to the election and more people are paying attention to the election, we're going to see what impact, especially if Donald Trump is found guilty, we're going to see what impact that has. And as she's saying here, whoever the independents are out there, it's kind of hard to imagine that there are people that are undecided about Trump and Biden at this point. But the remaining independents who are out there, we don't know yet. It remains to be seen what the impact of these court cases will have, especially in this case if Donald Trump is found guilty. So it seems kind of unlikely that somebody convicted of a crime in this way would become president, but we're in really unprecedented times. But nobody knows. We'll see what happens in a few weeks if this case doesn't get thrown out or pushed back to after the election. If Trump would actually get convicted, it's a little bit hard to imagine that wouldn't have a negative impact on him in the polls, but we'll see. So like I said, it's hilarious to me that Jesse Watters wants to whine and cry about just the standard way that any normal person is treated in a criminal trial, having to sit there, not being able to talk, not being able to run their mouths and attack the judges and the judges' families and everybody involved. That's just standard procedure. Any normal person who did those things would be thrown in jail. You have no control over the temperature. The other people seem to be fine with the temperature in the courtroom. But Donald Trump is a giant man baby. The guy is the biggest crybaby we've ever seen in modern politics. I don't even know that there's a close second. If you like this content, make sure to give me a like and subscribe. But what did you think? Who do you agree with here? Do you agree with Jesse Watters? Is he right to defend Trump? Is he being horribly mistreated? Or Marie Harf, the token liberal here on the Five on Fox News, was she right? Give me your thoughts. Give me a like and subscribe. Give me a comment, and I will see you in the next video.